Now we're back recording. So,
Okay.
yeah, sleepy day, but we're going to record one. We just recorded last night with Tyler. That should be coming out tomorrow. Tyler Severance.
Oh, sweet.
I think we're going to shoot for Mondays to
Okay.
release every Monday. And today we have a very cool guest. We're going to get him in here. His name's Jamie Larkins. He is owner and designer of Throw Spiral. Great yo-yo, the Kappa. So let's see
hmm
if we can get him in here. Do add participant. Let's see if it works. Yo, Jam. He has a really cool
Oh, yeah.
Mountain Dew logo.
Hello.
All right.
Hello, welcome to the show, Jamie Larkins.
What's up?
Can you hear us both?
Yep, everything sounds good. Looks
Cool.
good.
Perfect. You sound great. You have a nice microphone over there.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Abandoned streamer career.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, welcome to Radio Yo-Yo here. Pardon me if I'm a little slower than usual today. I was telling Trevor I slept until like 2:30 p.m. today, and I don't know why. I just slept for like 12 hours, and I'm kind of exhausted. And you know how it is when you sleep in all day.
The
Like,
oversleep, yeah, it's
yeah,
brutal.
you have the oversleep. You're like still tired.
It's like
Kind
you
of
loop
thing.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of ready for bed, honestly. I'm ready to just like call this day done and like start a fresh day. You know what I mean? One where I actually get up at a decent hour. But I'm really excited to be talking to you, dude. We got a lot of good questions from Instagram,
Oh,
but
awesome.
I think we should just always start with the obvious, like what led you to pick up a yo-yo in the first place, and when did that happen?
So I almost got into yo-yo a couple times, then didn't. It's just like random chance encounters with yo-yo stuff. Like the old legend Bunny Martin performed at some function I was at, and I didn't get into yo-yos. That yo-yo was too expensive. Um, so then when I actually stuck with it, I was meant to be cleaning my room and I found an old Duncan Imperial knotted, didn't sleep, didn't do anything. And that fascinated me. I was throwing gravity pull the wrong way, just out of my palm, not turning it over and going up and down. And I was like, oh man, this is great. I gotta get into this more. And then that led me to Google and that led me to Duncan. I ordered a throw monkey and it had the trick CD.
Nice.
And then it was over. I was like, okay, I have to do more of this.
So
Well,
what year was? Sorry, Trevor. Go ahead.
oh, I just asked the same question you did.
Oh, when was it? Yeah, that would be 07.
07. Okay, so
Yeah,
that was the newer Trick CDs probably. I think they came out with a secondary after the ones that I watched. Was it still Steve Brown in it, or was it Brandon?
yeah. It was all the old Duncan crew. I don't
Oh, okay,
think
cool.
Brandon was there yet.
Okay, yeah,
What stuck with
07.
me was I think it was Felix doing Infinite Star.
Yes, yeah, Rolling Star, or the
Yeah,
offstring. Yeah,
yeah. Just like
yeah,
the figure eight motion in the star. That like, oh my
that is a
god.
really cool trick. I think Hironori me invented that trick, and me and Tyler watched that exact video last night and did a reaction video to it. So that should come out soon. But I do remember that he's in like a tattoo parlor or something, and he's throwing the throw monkey off string. And yeah, Felix is really cool, underrated player. I wonder what he's up to these days. But so 2007. So then um
Yeah, I
that's
like
a
get my throw monkey. I learned to throw trapeze.
yeah,
I think the first forum I found was yoyoing.com
nice.
through Yo-Yo Guy. What an interesting forum that was.
Yeah, it really was. I wish I would kill to look through the archives if they're saved anywhere of
It's
all
in
the
Wayback
posts.
Machine.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I've
have to
looked
check
around
that out.
before, trying to
Nice.
find like early stuff I posted.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I remember one of my favorite things in the forum days was people would post like contest recaps where they after Worlds or something, like there would just be a bunch of big posts from different people like shouting out their friends and talking about all the fun stuff they did at the contest. And I kind of miss that. I just miss contests in general, but
Yeah, it's been so long.
so that's a lot. You've been yo-yoing a lot longer than I thought. Did so then we can just fast forward to what your project now, Throw Spiral. What sort of brought that about?
I always knew, well, like after yoing for a little bit, I kind of knew that I wanted to get into designing and stuff. I just, just like the dream, always make my own yo-yos,
Right.
do it my way, all that. Uh, then I got on teams like String Theory where I had like no input, and then I got onto Radical C's where I got to see more of the behind the scenes, communicate, give feedback, um, have stuff explained to me, and just see it from the side.
Right. Okay, cool. That's Radical C's. I'm not super familiar with them. Are you, Trevor?
Yeah, I remember Radical Seas. They had some cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of debuted in I would say 2013,
Yeah.
and gone quiet now. Jamel Kent was the owner.
Okay. And so you got to help out with the design aspect. Do you do that as like your day job? Are you involved with computers and stuff?
No, I came to it through Yo-Yo, and I
Oh,
barely know
okay.
what I'm doing.
Okay.
I know enough to make yo-yos that I know the yo-yo stuff pretty well, but
You're very knowledgeable, so I thought you might be like an engineer or something, but um yeah, you certainly hit it out of the park with the Kappa. So, can you explain a little bit of your design choices and why you decided you were sort of early on with the organic. Now everyone's doing organics, but
right.
Capo came out what 2016,
It
17?
would be 2019, 20 early 2020.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, that is pretty long ago now. I Trevor and I were talking about we're still stuck in like I still feel like it's 2020 kind of.
Yeah,
So when I
waiting for
think
the
of
new
3
year to
years
drop.
ago,
It doesn't
yeah,
feel like a new year at all.
I feel like 2016 is like 3 years ago still. But so yeah, 2020, same time as the dunk came out. I remember because we did a trade, and that's how I
Right, my
got my
wine
Kappa.
dunk. Love it.
Yeah, I love my Kappa too. So what made you how did you go about designing that yo-yo? What made you do the rim design the way you did, which is sort of your signature?
Yeah, the rim. Um, I knew if I was going to launch a brand, I wanted some sort of like easily recognizable signature thing that was baked into the yo-yo design. Because I'd see other brands do it and they just sort of have like a design language. And I wanted to almost simplify that and just like very simple, very obvious calling card, like branding without even having to have lasers or special colors, just like recognizable right away.
That's awesome. So is it functional at all?
No,
I don't know enough
no,
about yo-yo
it's
design.
on most yo-yos it doesn't influence the weight by more than like 2/10 of a gram or something. It's like very
Got it.
little. It could
Interesting.
influence palm grinds. Bring those back.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Um, how many prototypes did you do for the Kappa?
The Kappa I did one prototype, then went to production off of that with pretty major changes, I would say now, knowing what I know. At the time it felt like little tweaks, but it's actually a lot that changed from the proto to the final, kind of maybe a bigger leap than was wise, but it turned out okay.
Okay, interesting. Um, do you think, first of all, the number one question we got was multiple people asking about will there be more Kappas in the future? So, will
There
there be?
are There are a couple more to drop. The next run of kappas, I don't know when. Like, definitely want to do it, and also it may not look the same. It may be like a
You might
more
tweak it. That's what I was going to ask next.
Yeah.
If you run it again, you'll probably change it up, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the changes will be enough where it's like still half swap compatible, or if it'll be something that needs like a new name designation. But
Interesting.
updates basically need to happen. The guts have problems, I would say, for the kappa, and
Really? What kind of problems?
death grip mostly. A little
What
bit of
is
death
that?
grip going on. Just bearing death grip.
Oh, got it. Where the bearing seat's too tight and it's hard to get the bearing out.
Yeah, more than you'd like
Um,
to see.
Yeah, I had that issue with the first dunks and the slim dunks as well, I believe. But the dunk rebound pretty much solved that. I think that was mainly the new manufacturer. I used FPM instead of Magic Yo-Yo, and I think they just did a better job. I don't know if it's maybe because it's debearing also makes it easier. I really have no idea, but they came out a lot nicer, which I was happy about.
Yeah, dunk
So
rebound looks great, and I would say that's a skill difference for FPM and Magic Yo-Yo. Stuff like guts.
absolutely.
Um,
Just attention to detail in general.
yeah,
FPM knocked it out of the park with this. Their testing was much better. Less B grades. I was really happy with it.
yeah. I think debearing can be almost harder to do because if you keep the M4 axle, the post is so thin. So
Interesting.
when it's like a good post fit, that's like really nice because you'd be worried about like it bending or whatever, or
Right.
so
I
like
think the 7075 was probably a good choice then too, because I didn't
yeah.
even consider that as a problem. I like your attention to the detail with this stuff. We were talking about a project we might do together, and you mentioned how diameter. I think you said diameter is the secret to spin power. Is that correct?
Yeah, diameter is cheat codes for spin power. Yeah, I was saying
Okay.
that because
Can
you
you
think of
elaborate on that? Yeah.
yeah. So you think of rim weighting as putting as much weight away from the axis of rotation as you can. So increasing the diameter is just like it's just more rimmy, even more rimmy. It's all like
Interesting.
just more vertical the better, and you can get a lot of power with not a lot of weight doing that, just pumping up the diameter. And
Interesting.
it can get actually really funny feeling if you do both heavy and big. I think that that's where you get like weird kickback type yo-yos. It's like hard to get them to unwind almost because the
Right.
inertia is just so high.
Yeah, kickback really sucks. It's a bad feeling. That's
Wait,
great. What's that, Trevor?
kick back when like you throw the yo-yo and it just takes longer to get to the end of the string.
Yeah, I would say so. And it's sort of like, it's hard to explain it. Like, the yo-yo doesn't come out in a beautiful arc of the breakaway. It's sort of like kicks straight downward, if you
Oh,
know what I mean.
okay.
I mean, Jamie, maybe you can explain it better.
Yeah, it's like think of a yo-yo with like dead response. How you throw it and it just kind of like if you're front throwing it, it just kind of attacks your shins.
Okay.
Right, there you go. That's
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, it heads towards your shins, or with a breakaway, it heads like straight down towards the ground instead of like to your other hand like it should, type of thing for a trapeze.
it's interesting because I think it may not even be a bad thing to everyone anymore because I think kickback has just like kind of never gone away. There's always been
Yeah,
yo-yos with kickback and like the strong thud at the end of the string, and I think it's turned into a preference thing almost.
yeah, I'm sure it has. I'm sure there's people who don't really think about it and just like the way it feels. But I've never been a fan of that feeling. I like a smooth, even throw, but still grippy. That's why I like the debearing so much. I feel like you can really feel the power
You
difference.
can throw it harder, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, and it
Yeah,
just
there's no fear
feels
of it just like the slip out feeling.
right. Yeah, I really have been loving it. So let's see here. We got lots of questions about Kappas. So you said there is another drop coming then?
Yeah, a small one, but there are Kappas still to drop. Haven't seen the
Great.
last of it.
Awesome. That's excellent to hear. Um, your next yo-yo, do you want to talk about that a little bit, the Nimbus?
Ooh, the Nimbus. Yes, the Nimbus is partially shrouded in mystery, but a little bit has come out. Like I know
Right.
Adrian has shared some angles of it and stuff.
It's out there
And
because multiple people asked about it. So the
yeah,
info's
a lot of
floating
people have
around.
gotten to throw it.
Yeah. So that's Adrian Esteban's signature, correct?
That's right, with a D bearing. Speak of the
Oh
devil.
boy.
Hmm.
Exciting. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for this yo-yo. I haven't gotten to throw it yet, but I love
Yeah.
Adrian and I'm incredibly excited. Is there any news on that? You're still working on it basically?
We're basically done prototyping.
Nice.
So it's pretty close.
Great. Exciting stuff. So Kappa's coming and Nimbus coming in the future. Cause yeah, there's been a bit of you've been taking it easy over there release wise for
Yeah, the sliver came out in April.
another great
right?
yo-yo.
Yeah. Really stoked on that, really stoked on the reception of it. Cause slimlines are a niche. So I feel like
Absolutely.
if you flops, like you kind of know right away.
Right. No, I'd say that was successful. I really like it, and I think I've heard nothing but good things about it from people. So that was a very cool collaboration.
Yeah, Mark's incredible. Mark's smarter than everybody.
That's Mark 1, or is it Mark 2? I forget.
Mark 1 Yo-Yos, Mark Dyer.
Mark 1 yo-yos, yes.
Mm-hmm. Or MK1. I'm not sure what the official pronunciation is now. I think MK1 is what people more commonly say.
Right. Okay.
MK1
Yeah,
Mark.
I think there's still some slivers out there available. So if you haven't gotten one,
Yo-Trick still has them. Spiral Direct still has some.
great.
Not
Good to
every
know.
color is available, but they're in a couple places.
All right. So here's a question from Zapruder.mkv. He says, what word sums up the general vibe or aesthetic that Throw Spiral hopes to evoke?
Ooh.
Maybe spiral, right? I don't know. That might be a cop out.
It could be.
It's a sort of anime inspired, correct? A lot of the branding.
Yeah.
Go into that a little bit.
Yeah, so just the spiral aspect of the name was most directly influenced by Junji Ito's Uzumaki, which is a manga about basically the concept of a spiral sort of infecting. It's scary.
Interesting.
A lot of body horror and contortion and like
Yeah, his artwork
it's
is incredible. I've seen the artwork for that manga.
yeah, it's like the world literally spiraling into madness. And the theme of like sort of paranoid obsession kind of resonated with me in that.
Okay.
And so it doesn't really transfer into yo-yos because it's like a negative feeling, but like
Yeah.
it's like the attention to detail, but like
Interesting. Here this goes with that sort of same guy asking what the team's favorite anime or your favorite anime, I guess would be, well, that's a manga, not an anime, right?
yeah.
So
Favorite anime for me would have to be Revolutionary Girl Utena.
okay.
It's
I've never heard of it. My anime knowledge ends with Cowboy Bebop, basically. It begins and ends.
Bebop is solid.
I love that show. I've watched it many times growing up. But
yeah,
that's
Utena is
pretty
definitely
much
a more obscure show. It's from the 90s.
okay.
It's about sword fighting and high school drama and magic, and if the magic is real.
Interesting.
Yeah, I really like it. It's
Check it out if you haven't. I will look into it. I need something new to watch, so I'll check it out.
yeah, I think it's on YouTube, like literally YouTube
Oh, right
for
on.
free. And I know it's on Crunchyroll now too, because I was rewatching it there.
What's your favorite part of running Throw Spiral? Is there anything that's really satisfying about it? For me, it's just getting to play with the yo-yo that you envisioned in your mind.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And more
Yeah.
specifically, it's getting to play with the small revisions. It's really
Absolutely.
satisfying to like play with the prototype and feel like, okay, I know how to make this better, and then seeing how that pans out.
Yeah, that is a satisfying feeling. It's such a tactile toy to play with. Like, I get asked all the time by people who don't yo-yo, like my dad, like, why are there so many yo-yos? And they're all yo-yos, but why do you have the desire to have so many different ones? And I always just say, like, it's such subtle differences between the way each one feels on the string that makes it so exciting. That's why, like, new yo-yos are fun, right? Because they just feel different from one another. So
Yeah,
like
absolutely. And it can be such like
the
it can be such a
smallest
difference
thing,
maker, just the smallest thing, like the
like a
sound
single
just
gram.
resonates with you,
Yeah, the
or
sound. Yeah, I
um,
have people notice that too. Non-yo-yoers will be like, this one sounds different than your other one. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good observation. It does. It's because this one has stainless steel rings on it and the other one doesn't. Or this one's made of titanium and the other's made of aluminum. The sound, like everything about it, the way it feels in your hand, the way it feels on the string, makes it endless, the excitement you can get from new designs. You
yeah,
can't have enough yo-yos.
tactile is a really good way to put it. Just like
Yeah.
how a yo-yo handles and stuff. I feel like some yo-yos are like stretchy
Interesting.
in how they move. I don't know. It's like how they make the string move, and then others. Everyone knows a thunky yo-yo. Everybody knows one
Yeah.
thunky yo-yo.
Yeah.
Some you just
Like-
hate without even being able to describe why. There's yo-yos I've used them just like, this is just not for me. Like, it's not working. It doesn't feel good to play with. It's very interesting.
Oh yeah, the mismatch, just like style mismatch hate yo-yo. Okay,
Yeah.
what's your hate yo-yo?
Dang, I'd have to look through my drawer.
I know mine. I'm
What's yours?
I'm charging
What's
it
yours?
up. One drop gauntlet.
Okay.
It's like not a super remarkable yo-yo. Like it's not like one of their better known models or whatever, or something that they made a ton of. So it's like a weird hate yo-yo to have, but I just so distinctly remember throwing it and feeling just like total antipathy toward it. It's like a very wide center weighted yo-yo, like a wide organic H shape, and it just offended me. Something about the way it
Yeah.
played.
It's so funny. Like Gauntlet's like one of my favorite yo-yos.
There you go. Perfect example.
You're
Man. That's
wrong.
hilarious. I have one that's kind of obscure. The original CLYW Sasquatch, which was a large, oversized yo-yo.
Oh.
They redid it, and it came out a lot better. But the original one, I was so excited for, because I always get excited for big diameter, big oversized yo-yos, and I'm pretty much always disappointed. This one just has horrible kickback. It feels like a rock. It's too heavy. The only good oversized yo-yo I've used is one by Reticulated Return Tops. I forget what's name. It's the Burmese
boa.
python. Yeah.
The boa's the big round one.
Big, round, organic, super lightweight for its size.
Oh, the berm. Yeah, I think
berm.
it's
The berm. Yeah, like a Burmese python. It's what the Sasquatch should have been. But the
It looks so
Sasquatch, they
fun.
just took a yo-yo and made it bigger. They didn't like thin the walls out and make it lighter and like playable. They just made a giant yo-yo and it feels horrible. I'm not a fan.
Launched from like 2010.
Yeah, probably.
That was an oversized yo-yo?
Oh, well, no, I think they made the Sasquatch, which was like a normal yo-yo,
Yeah.
and then they made the Sasquatch again. They used the same name.
17 or something.
Yeah, and they made it really big. And then they made it a third time, and it was like an improvement of the big one. But I think that just came out like this year or something. But
I played the big one, the 2017.
Yeah.
The 2017 one. I
Yeah.
thought that one was pretty fun because I usually don't
Yeah.
go for big yo-yos just because I have small hands.
right,
Like
they're
whether or not they're
silly.
even good, I just like. It's just man, it's hard.
The
I like
one,
chopsticks.
yeah, the one good one they made that was sort of oversized was the Gorge. Did you ever play with a Gorge? It looks like an
No, I
H10.
really want to play with the Gorge. Yeah, good and
It-
evil.
It looks like a Good and Evil, and man, I wish I owned a Good and Evil still. But yeah, the Gorge, a cool story that Yuki Spencer, well, not really cool, but Yuki Spencer told me he had when they gave him his signature yo-yo, they gave him two choices. They said you can either have the Gorge or you can have the Kayak, and he picked the Kayak, but which is like an undersized, like tiny monometal. But he told me later he regretted that so much, and he wished he would have picked the Gorge because the Gorge is such a great yo-yo and so much fun to play with. So a little bit of Yuki Spencer lore there. To me, I'm just disappointed they didn't design something from scratch for him. You know what I mean?
Weird.
Yeah,
But-
you would think Caribou is more hands-on with their SIGs.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
always the impression I got.
I know. So I was disappointed to learn that because what could have been, who knows? But the Kayak kind of sucked.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's how it was with the Yuxta too. It's just like, hey,
Yeah,
we got
he didn't really have any. Yeah, he
Yeah.
It
didn't
was
pick
just
that.
a mini Genesis, but I do love the Yuxa. I have
It's
one.
It's so good.
It's so fun.
It's so
The
good.
Genesis and the Yuxa just hold up. Like even the Grind Machine 2 holds up big time.
Yeah.
That's such a great yo-yo. Let's see here if we have some more questions for you. Do you have any favorite yo-yo videos that you go back to again and again?
Guy Wright, The Letter Blue,
Hey, that
Adam
was
Brewster, Bend
Trevor's
and
too.
Fold.
Oh, Bend and Fold is awesome. I haven't watched that in a long time.
Aqueous. I was watching Aqueous
Ah,
today for
Thank
no
you, Aqueous,
reason
yeah.
in particular.
Nice.
But
Right on. Yeah, my big goal right now is to relearn Aqueous and refilm it with a dunk. We'll see if I ever do or not, but I do not know how to do that trick anymore.
Hit up
And Elefark did it, yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Elfar can do anything.
Yeah, he's incredible.
He's different.
We gotta get him on here.
He's a great curator of like knowledge, I feel like.
Yeah, he really is. Between him and Josh Yee,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much knowledge of like clip videos and stuff like that. Those are all good ones. Bend and Fold, especially if anyone hasn't checked out Adam Brewster's Bend and Fold. That's a great video. That and Miguel. You don't think you have?
I don't think
Miguel
so.
Correa's Tunnels. Yeah.
Tunnels came out
Yep.
around the same time.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that's a really
that was
cool one.
really early ARM stuff really being used
Yep.
in
Yeah.
1A trick construction more than like single element. Like this is the real deal.
Right. Let's see here. I think that's all the questions from Instagram. So that was great. I mentioned this on the episode yesterday, but I want to feature players on this show on Instagram, like feature their Instagram and their tricks. So if you want to be featured, tag me in your post or use the hashtag Radio YOYO, and I will pick someone every week to feature on the show. So I just wanted to put that out there again, calling out any yo-yo tricks and talent. I want to see it, and we can talk about it on the show. Let's see. Shall we play the game where I look up yo-yos on eBay and you have to guess how much they sold for? Let's play a couple rounds of that.
Oh, okay.
The yo-yo market is insane right now.
Is it really?
Yes. things. Here's an example from yesterday to give you an idea. This is a Dark Magic that sold for $220.
It was a Dark Magic 2.
No way.
Right?
It sold. I
No
know.
shot. Okay, that
it-
blows everything I was going to say out of the water.
Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with
A
here
Dark
today.
Magic 2
We're gonna do
for
Dunkin'
2
yo-yos.
Benjis? I'm already shell shocked.
I know. So
Incredible.
we did Yo-Yo Jam with Tyler yesterday, and no one got even close because these prices were so absurd.
Oh my
But
gosh,
let's
what can
do
I
some
get from
Dunkin'.
Reproduction? That's Cellcon. People like Cellcon.
Yeah.
So here we go. Sealed with the CD-ROM Throw Monkey. Just like the one you started with and I started with.
Ooh, mint and package.
Mint and package. What do you guys think? Trevor, what do you think one of these is selling for?
60.
$60. Good guess. How about you, Jamie?
Yeah, I was gonna say 50.
50. Jamie by a hair. It sold for $44.95.
I could see that if it's like well maintained and all that. CD inside.
Yeah, it's not horrible. I
It's
have
discontinued
one.
model.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the one I have. I got it before the market went crazy. Oh, here's my kitty. Hello. Say hello.
Oh my gosh.
This is Bear.
Hi, Bear.
Barreled. Hi, buddy. We're playing eBay Yo-Yo here. Let's see. What should I mean, free hands, of course, but let's find like a free hand too.
Freehand
Something
2, as used by Adam Brewster in Bend and Fold. With the
Oh,
stock
really?
pads, just a stock freehand 2, like a savage.
I didn't realize that.
And he's
That's so sick.
left-handed. It's so challenging.
Interesting. Let's see here. Oh, here's a good one. I always loved this yo-yo. The Duncan Freehand 2 with the Steve Brown caps.
Ooh, the Steve. Okay.
Very cool emo caps. A broken heart, glasses. It's his signature glasses. I always thought that was great. What do you think that sold for?
It's a freehand 2.
Yeah.
So those aren't
They're less
discontinued,
desirable
but
for
rightfully
whatever
so.
reason. Yeah, not the best yo-yo in the world.
I'm going to say
It's Steve, though. I'm going to say 80.
$80. What do you say, Trevor? 40? 40. Trevor, you're very close. It was $36, which is very
wow.
reasonable. For a mint and package, I would pay that. Anything under $40 I would pay.
I think they came out with like an upgraded version of the freehand 2 in like 2011.
They did.
I remember liking those.
The difference was the original.
recess.
Yeah, it had a pad recess, and it also didn't. The original freehand 2 had rubber weight rings underneath the caps, and the new one was solid plastic, no rubber rings.
Yeah.
Sort of an interesting choice. It was fun to take the rings out and play with the super lightweight freehand 2. I always did that.
Yeah. Yellow freehand 2. That was a yo-yo that I had before I actually got into it in 2010. That was like a 2005 Toys R Us pickup.
Yeah, they had them at Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one that
mine.
Nice.
Rip Toys R Us.
I know. It was a great place to get yo-yos and stuff.
Now.
Yours is what?
Ours turned into like one of those like big liquor stores.
Oh, the giant ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Total Wine?
I think they still have like the Toys R Us carts.
All right, this one is sick. This is a Duncan Freehand Zero Yo-Yo Nation edition.
I had this, dude.
Dude,
I had this,
like,
and I put the pink Save Death vinyl stickers on the caps.
Nice.
I don't have it anymore. It's a big regret.
I cannot believe
that went for 3 figures.
You think?
I hope, or else I'm gonna wish it was me.
What's your guess, Trevor? Yo-Yo Nation.
It's Enyo.
Yeah, it's Enyo, baby. You're in the hundreds?
Yeah, I would say 140.
140, good guess. Jamie?
I'm gonna say 200. Enyo's like really rare for a freehand.
Wow, 200. This thing sold for $59.95.
What?
I
That's
know.
my freehand goggles. I love them too much.
Wow.
It's
I would pay
so
60 for that.
absolutely
Oh yeah.
mint in package too. Yeah, so it's all over the place, these things. Then meanwhile, you have this 2007 Worlds not mint in package selling for $75, but also a very cool yo-yo. It's
Gold
like
Bionic.
metallic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I was bidding on one of those recently, mint in package, the 2007, and it sold for $54. But I missed it. Someone sniped me at the last second. But it is a beauty. I kind of want one just because that was a great year of Worlds, and that's the year I won Trick Innovator and stuff. So I'll get one someday. But
Yeah.
here's one more
The
cool.
first World since I started following yo-yo.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That was a great
So,
one.
like, it was insane. You know, like the Mickey streak getting broken, Yuki winning,
Yeah.
little
Dude,
yo-yo baby.
I got to watch Yuki. I got to watch that freestyle live in person, 2007 Yuki. I'll never forget that. I remember I was holding a speed maker because the speed maker had just come out, the all plastic speeder.
Ooh, yeah. Celcon speeder.
We were really loving that yo-yo, me and Brian Koski, and we were both like, we did a half swap, so we had a blue and white one, and we were just sitting on the side of the stage watching Yuki win Worlds with our little speed makers in our hands. Good memory. That's probably one of the coolest yo-yo freestyles I've ever seen in person, I'd have to say. 2007 Yuki Worlds.
Yeah.
It
holds up.
I'm struggling to think of anything more epic than that. It was pretty insane. Just nearly a perfect freestyle.
Yeah, and use the hub stacks.
Yeah, first and only competitive debut of 1A hub stacks, and then gone.
Jump. Yeah, he like rips it and then just jumps over the whole yo-yo, right?
Yeah. He also has a front style combo he does with a pull start.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I gotta rewatch that then.
Yeah. And the hair.
Imagine if hub stacks were like scored and not like soft banned from 1A.
Yeah.
It'd be so weird. But like it's faster than a throw, right? More consistent.
Yeah.
It's certainly more consistent because you don't have to worry about being off plane at all. You just hold it on plane.
Yeah, I feel like it's so much control. Like there could have been something there, and it just wouldn't look like yo-yoing anymore.
Well, hopefully, I heard that. I don't know if it's because of me ranting and raving. Why haven't they re-released the 888? But apparently they're doing it. So hopefully it has hub stacks. That's all I can say.
I just hope they do it and like get it made in the US and like.
Yeah. I hope so too. I hope it's like just a really high quality, beautiful, modernized 888, but exactly the same shape and size.
Yeah. They have these new like California and like DNA, but it's like they're kind of just like these like $45 kind of like mono metal kind of
right.
that sort of vaguely have the profile of the older yo-yos, but it's like, oh, bring back the DNA too.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, the real DNA. The real DNA. The new one's all high walled. It's 7068, which is interesting, but it's high walled, like in a way that the original was not.
Yeah, and like no hub stacks. Like, I need the hub stacks.
I know.
I want to see a new model with Z stacks.
Are those the big ones?
The big ones.
Yeah, that could be cool.
I always thought those were so sick. It's just the ease of use of it, as opposed to trying to pinch the little little thing inside, which you can get good or whatever, but I want to grab it like a monkey.
The G5 is good too. That's the first hub stack yo-yo. The original G5. Then they made it bubbly and like rounded it out. Yeah. But originally it was like a borderline slimline, sharp H shape.
First real H's too.
Yeah.
Like the first time an H was like really, really seriously used for performance, I would say.
Yeah. And I remember their tagline was "break all the rules" with the hub stacks. And so like when it came out, it was probably 2007 Virginia States when the G5 was like released. I remember all of us just mocking that, like, I'm breaking all the rules, bro. Yo, break all the rules. And we're just like doing stupid hub stack tricks. But breaking all the rules, dude. Like every single rule is getting broken right now. We had fun shitting on them, but very fun yo-yo. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I own the blue 888 that he used in the letter blue. Do you know that?
Oh my god.
It's in
Yeah,
my
of
drawer,
course.
right?
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
it's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of that.
That's
I was like searching for a DNA or an 888 to buy, and guy just DM'd me. He's like, I have my old one that I never use anymore. You can just have it. And I was like, oh my god, dude.
that's
The 888.
wild.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Yeah,
Holy relic.
it really is. It didn't have the hub stacks on it anymore, so I had to replace them.
I really like the 07888 without stacks.
Yeah, it's just a great yo-yo.
Yeah.
It holds up so well. So that's why I've been saying for years, like, what are you doing, Yo-Yo Factory? Just release it. Just make that yo-yo again. People will buy
Yeah, I
the
kind
shit
of
out.
hope it's just a rerun of the same old CAD because
That
that
would be
holds
really
up.
sick.
Very early
does.
yo-yo to have like normal 19 mil grooves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it was such a big deal when it came out. 'Cause
Standard setter for real.
they figured it out.
The smoothness was also unheard of at the time.
Right. Yeah. Smooth yo-yos were
When you
not a
were
guarantee.
buying, no, even the original Peak, the painted Peak, was wobbly as hell.
Yeah,
all
a lot
that
of early
stuff.
Caribou. It was like they called it, they would call brands by their level of vibe. There's like Caribou Vibe, Spy Smooth.
Yeah, Spy was always the smoothest, but their yo-yo designs were so unusual. They weren't really competition oriented. They were fun though. The Radian was good. The Addict was an interesting organic
Yeah, I have an
shaped
Addict.
yo-yo. Not a piss poor name. Not a good name, but
Yeah.
it had like an Anarchy A, like really bad branding, but fun yo-yo. I think it had a skull on it also.
Yeah.
The sequel, The Addiction.
The
Even
Addiction.
incredible name. Yeah, they made a
Yeah.
sequel that had a C bearing, and that's the one that had the skull. I've played an Addiction. It's really good. It's just the addict shape with a C bearing, which is kind of what it should have had in the first place, just
Right,
because of its
yeah.
like weight and size.
Yeah. I remember playing kind of funny, my Addict, but yeah, I always forget about Spy. Spy and Word.
They sponsored Guy
were
Wright.
Yeah, they sure did. He had the was it the
Punchline.
punchline?
The
Punchline's a
punchline and
really sick
punchline
yo-yo.
repeater. That is an
Yeah.
all-timer for me.
That was my first. It was the punchline.
Yo.
Really?
And it was between that or the 888X. And thank God I picked
Oh,
the
thank God. Not the
Hell yeah.
888X, bro. Not the X.
Yeah, because
Ooh,
I
that's a rough one.
like didn't know that it was the bad one. I was like, I want an 888. But yeah, thank God.
What
It's
was
fun.
the
I actually
X?
owned one.
It was
888X. It was
Like the 10th anniversary or something?
No, I think it came out in 2010.
Yeah, I think it's just the 2010 revision, and the walls are just super high. It's really heavy.
Oh, interesting.
It was like a strange departure.
Huh. I did
It's
like
fun, but it's also like very different feel.
Yeah.
they did a high wall 888 that I enjoyed. It
Yeah.
was a small bearing high wall, I
Mhm.
think.
hmm
That thing was wild. I wish I had one of those still.
The walls were like raw aluminum, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they just cut into it.
Yeah.
Aussie gold. What great anno color.
yeah. Those
I think back then it was a nice juxtaposition between like Caribou Lodge and Yo-Yo Factory, because Yo-Yo Factory was just doing a lot of like single colorways, but with like really cool engravings, and then Caribou Lodge had like the sick like acid wash and splashes.
Yeah, they basically popularized splashes.
Yeah, that was them.
they did, yeah. They did not invent them though, and neither did G2. There's some yo-yos from like the 80s that have splash ano.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Like
and Tom
really
Kuhn was doing
early.
it too for a long
Yeah.
time. They had like a tortoise shell yo-yo, which I've never seen anywhere else.
Dude, the tortoise shell is so sick. It's like a dark orange and black, and I tried to get that. What ended up being the nature series of the Slim Dunks came out totally wrong because Magic Yo-Yo just shit the bed. They were supposed to be the red and black that they sent me, basically a red and black splash, was supposed to be tortoise shell. I sent them a photo of the tortoise shell, and I was like, I need it just like this, like a dark, deep orange and black acid wash, basically. And they just sent me black and red splash. And then the green and black splash was supposed to be camo, like straight up camouflage.
I love that one. That's the one I have.
Like, yeah, it still came out cool because there's no ring engraving and like it is kind of camo-y, but it was supposed to be like straight up. I sent them a picture of a paintball gun that had like camo anodization, and I was like, do this. But they kind of they half did it and half messed it up. But yeah, I still really, maybe FPM could do the tortoise shell because it would be really sick to replicate that on a modern yo-yo.
Yeah, their acids are really solid, and color reproduction too. You come in with the Pantones.
Yep. Yeah, they did a great job. Let me see if I can find a picture of that acid wash for the people at home. It was on the Silver Bullet, the tortoise shell. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how much Tom Kuhn got right with bearing yo-yos.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Just like black with like a smoky orange. Such a great, I love the engraving on it. And his logo is so cool. It's like a planet. It's like an infinity sign kind of.
Yeah.
Tom Kuhn rocks.
Tom Kuhn aesthetic is forever ideal. Sometimes an engraving can just be a bunch of words and it just looks incredible.
Yeah. You kind of did that with my favorite yo-yo engraving is the PK Fire.
Oh,
the Earthbound
I'm
on the sliver.
Really pleased with those. That's a concept I've wanted to do for a long time.
I was this, and I have to
like,
because I'm a Nest main on Smash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I have the yo-yo, but it's over there. There it is. Damn, the raw silver ones look so good too.
Yeah, no engraving, clean machine. They're really nice. They're shiny in a way that the other colors are not, besides the gloss one.
Yeah, this yo-yo, Trevor.
Oh, by the way, the moment you started recording, it just like made you disappear again. But I like.
Oh, you can't see anything. My bad.
Like, oh, whatever. I'm just not gonna mess this up.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're in good shape. For whatever reason, Trevor can't see me, but I know that the recording is picking me up.
Wait, I'm supposed to see you?
Yeah, you can't see me either.
I'm fucking around.
Oh, you can see me? Okay.
Yeah, no,
Jamie can
I
see
can
me
see
and
mine.
Trevor can't. Maybe it's because you're on your phone, Trevor. It's probably something weird like that, but
yeah.
We're figuring it out over here. I really wanted to be able to use Zoom, but I'm not sure I'm willing to pay to use Zoom. So maybe someday, if we get a Patreon going, then we can do this on Zoom. It might be better. It's amazing that I've gotten this much of my shit together to do this because I am really bad with technology. So just bear with us as we figure out how to do this show. But I think it's going well so far. We had a good interview with Tyler Severance last night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that one.
It went way off the rails, dude.
Oh, okay.
How could it not?
It's gonna be interesting, but that should come out tomorrow, and then we'll do this one for next week. But do you have anything to promote, Jamie, at all?
Spiral at Throw Spiral on Instagram, throwspiral.com.
Yes.
We have merch. We have
you have merch?
Slivers on hand. Yeah.
I'm gonna check out the merch right now.
I think the merch is pretty cute.
Nice. He's got slivers in stock. Go over to. Oh, nice, dude. I didn't even know about these. Got a nice clean spiral shirt. I'm gonna have to get one of these.
Yeah, the logo tees are great. They're super comfy.
Hell yeah. I like
I
the
really like the printing from this supplier and stuff too.
nice. This hoodie is the apron is sick as well.
Yeah, you can wear a white shirt and do your tricks.
Ah, there you go. That's smart.
That was black embroidery on black. Yo-yoers love black on black.
Yes. I'm wearing
What do you show us what you got cooking?
Absolutely. I love that. What are you whipping up in the kitchen over there? Cool. Got merch. I don't know. What else can we talk about, boys? Anyone have any topics for the boys?
Jamie, what's one of your favorite yo-yos from like when you first started yo-yoing, like kind of that 2007, 2008 era?
Let's see. My first unresponsive. I'm not sure how current of a release. I think this is sort of an older release by the time I got it. Was the Ex-Convict?
Nice. Yeah.
You know, the JD videos blew my mind. Grind tricks, right? Grind tricks are eternal. Grind tricks are always bangers, no matter what. Doesn't matter the era. The biggest banger of our modern era, DNA, is a grind.
You're right. Grind tricks
Walk
rock.
the dog is a grind.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Grinds are the best tricks. That's what fascinated me. And I was using Throw Monkey with Duncan pads, right? Like bind stuff was completely out of the question. Grinds were out of the question. It's a rubber rim yo-yo.
Yeah.
Behind the plastic caps, you can't grind because it's got those teeth. Those